In other news, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Berlin. It is the first stop of an intense round of Middle East diplomacy. Israel is accusing Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud of Abbas of inciting violence. Kerry remains cautiously optimistic that solutions to the violence can be found. CCTV's Guy Henderson reports.
Inside Israel, another bout of violence. Police shot and injured 2 Palestinians on Thursday after claims they'd stabbed an Israeli civilian. But even as US Secretary of State John Kerry arrived in Berlin, the Israeli and Palestinian leadership continued to trade blame. Israel's Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, refused to soften his tone ahead of talks.
To stop the terrorism, we have to stop the incitement. And I think it's time that the international community told President Abbas to stop the incitement and hold him accountable for his words and his deeds.
Several hours later, Kerry had lost his voice.
Too much talking voice.
Apparently, it may have been worth it.
And I would characterize that conversation as one that gave me a cautious measure of optimism that there may be some things that could be, in the next couple of days, put on the table which would have an impact.
Diplomats have flocked here these past 24 hours. There's a sense of urgency for answers in an increasingly volatile region that includes Syria's civil war. The German government, though, sees one relationship as the key.
The military presence, the Russian airstrikes have created more suffering and led to more refugees leaving. At the same time, we all know that in the end, entering a political solution is dependent on whether Washington and Moscow are finding bridges to each other.
That still looks some way off. From here, Kerry will head to Vienna for talks on Syria with his Saudi Arabian, Turkish and Russian counterparts. After that, he'll meet with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas over the weekend. But his task this time of helping bring back some sort of stability to the region could be particularly difficult at a time when the Americans are looking outmaneuvered. Guy Henderson, CCTV, Berlin.